Where's the line between moral depravity and demonic possession? CBS's supernatural crime drama Evil suggests the line might not be so obvious, not until it's too late. The show follows a secular forensic psychologist played by Katja, a mystical Catholic priest in training played by Mike Colter, and a dyed-in-the-wool skeptic played by Asif Manvi as they try to get to the bottom of crimes of great evil. The series premiered in September 2019 to strong ratings, and the first season was added to Netflix this October. New viewers have been using the streaming service to get acquainted with Evil's mix of satisfying police procedural and genuine scares, propelling the show onto Netflix's top 10 list. Exactly what about Evil has been capturing audiences' attention? Here are a few things you should know about the terrifying crime drama that is currently taking over Netflix.
Okay, all right. I will make the sacrifice and watch the whole thing.
Well, this is no time for bravery. I'm gonna let you.
On Evil, Dr. Kristen Bouchard finds herself out of a job after working on the case of a killer who claims he committed his crimes while under the influence of demonic possession. She gets the opportunity to continue her profile of the killer thanks to David Acosta, a trainee priest who investigates cases of possession from a religious perspective, and his skeptical but loyal contractor Ben Shakir. Although the two begin to work together, they come at each case from two distinct viewpoints. Dr. Bouchard defaults to scientific explanations, while Acosta leaves the door open for the possibility of the supernatural.
Ms. Bouchard, please take this. For your own protection. Trust me, you may need it.
The character conflict at the center of Evil mirrors the dynamic between the show's creators, Michelle and Robert King of The Good Wife and The Good Fight fame. As Michelle King explained to The Wrap, Robert's more religious, so he typically goes toward a divine explanation. I am more secular, so I tend to think things are the result of psychology or science. This real-life dichotomy between the husband and wife duo fuels the ethos of Evil, but deciding what's real and what's imaginary is far from the point of the show. In fact, the creators in the series are more interested in exploring the gray area between the two ideas. As Robert King told The Wrap, if you're of the scientific or empirical bent, you have to acknowledge that there are psychopaths in the world. You don't have to believe in demons to believe that there are lone gunmen who influence each other to kill. If you are of the spiritual bent, you might say, okay, there's an element where these human beings cross over into demonic behavior, so what is the difference? It shouldn't come as too much of a surprise that Evil has been a hit with Netflix viewers, as it was a critical success when it premiered. The show's effectively chilling scares and strong chemistry between its leads were noted by many, and it even garnered favorable comparisons to The X-Files.
In our investigations, you may not always agree with me, but at least you respect the journey.
The first season's enviable 91% score on Rotten Tomatoes would be a feat in and of itself, but the series also appeared on several critics' lists of the best TV shows of 2019. TV Line's Rebecca Yanucci included Evil on her list of the 10 best drama series of 2019 and wrote, "The cases of the week are flat-out scary in a way broadcast network supernatural dramas usually are not." Pulitzer Prize-winning TV critic Emily Nussbaum of The New Yorker agreed with Yanucci's assessment about the show's scares in her own best-of roundup, writing, "It clicks, owing to the chemistry of the ensemble, Katja Herber's Mike Colter and Asif Manvi, and its willingness to be legit scary." At NPR, David Bianculli added the series to his top 10 series of 2019 list and said, "This series proves commercial broadcast networks still could produce and present a smart, entertaining TV drama series if it hired the right people and left them alone."
You don't care that I don't believe?
I do not.
With all that critical heat behind it, it seems inevitable that we'll be seeing Evil Season 2 sometime soon, right? Based on the good ratings, critical praise, and success on Netflix, CBS itself would have to be facing a case of demonic possession to not renew Evil for a second season. And sure enough, the show officially got picked up less than a month after it began airing. However, even though we're well into the beginning of the fall TV season, there's still no sign of Season 2. Evil is facing delays thanks to the ongoing disruptions to the TV and film industry. However, there is some good news on the horizon for the show's second season. Back in August 2020, series co-lead Asif Manvi gave an interview with Inverse during which he was asked about the status of Evil Season 2. He answered, "There are a lot of conversations between the networks, unions, and New York State about safety. From what I've heard, we'll start in the next few months. I hope sooner than later." Then in September 2020, Deadline Entertainment reporter Nelly Andriva reported that while Evil still hadn't been greenlit to start filming, it was on the precipice of getting the go-ahead. If the show does indeed begin filming in the fall of 2020, that would likely mean we'll see Season 2 premiere on CBS sometime in the winter of 2020 or the beginning of 2021. That gives you plenty of time to join the possessed masses and catch up on Evil Season 1 on Netflix. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.